If you're still cleaning the floor with a normal mop, don't even own up to it, because for 800 zlotys you could have a device as brilliant as the one behind me. I say this with full awareness. I ordered S7 Pro on AliExpress, the cordless mop vacuum. With coupons you can get it cheaper too. A set worthy of Laresar, rich contents. We have the unit handle, a charging base and wash base, a cleaning brush, and a floor cleaner. If the roller, liquid, and the air filter wear out on AliExpress, there are plenty of auctions to buy each item. There is also Polish manual. I've also tested the Laresar M3 earlier, a model about half the price, but it had one big flaw for me. There was no drying function in the unit. There's a full video on the channel, but in short, after washing the roller, it's best to remove it and leave it to dry, which of course invites bacteria growth, especially if you leave it on the station and simply forget about it. S7 Pro has a dryer that dries the roller with warm air in 5 minutes, which may not always be perfect, so I suggest a longer mode. Heat from drying is drawn into the device, so not only the roller stays dry, but also the tubes and filters, affecting longevity. Cleaning the roller is also far better, because here too the water used during cleaning is heated to 80 degrees, which means that even stubborn dirt from the roller will come off faster and more effectively. I also know that some of you have limited space, so you now have cutaways showing the docking station's exact dimensions. Alright, I'll say this about the docking station. Compared with the M3, it's well worth paying extra to take a look. If that hasn't convinced you yet, keep listening. There are the classics for this kind of gear. A metal brush to remove dirty water from the roller, so we can wash the floor with clean water, and metal-toothed combs to remove hair. There's also the option to lay the vacuum flat to make cleaning easier, for example. Under the bed, be sure to watch the dirty water level, because if there is too much, it may spill when laid flat. The drive wheels pull everything forward, so even at almost 5 kilos the arm doesn't tire much, and lying it flat makes cleaning even easier. Standard water tank, reasonably sized, and the all-purpose one sits on the mop head. At this price there's no room for a liquid dispenser, so you must top up water yourself. Just remember not to use foaming detergents, or you'll get a foam party while cleaning. A big downside is there's no sieve here to keep solid dirt separate from liquids, like in the M3. And I don't know why it's missing. The roller doesn't have big trouble with my dog's fur, but the mess in this container where all mixes is bad, so I'll spare you the interruptions. Undoubtedly, the biggest advantage of mop vacuum cleaners is that you do not have to vacuum the floor before mopping, because both tasks are done at the same time, and it works very effectively. During daily cleaning, there is dust, spilled flour, coffee or ketchup, and the Laresar S7 Pro handles it brilliantly. The difficulties we encounter are larger solids, such as dog food, which has already caused bigger problems. Other dirt is drawn in, since we have 19,000 pascals of suction, a decent figure for the budget AliExpress gear. 3 modes of operation: max mode for dirtiest spots, vac for vacuuming without mopping, and smart, which automatically adjusts to the floor's level of dirt, and that is the mode I used most. The mode and the battery percentage are shown on a big screen, a step up from the previous model where the charging indicator was a row of bars. I tested WAG mode on dirty carpet, which is covered in dog fur, but unfortunately there were no surprises. This is gear designed more for hard floors than for carpets and rugs. The vacuum is chatty and not everyone will like it, but it's really fine. Under the extra wheel, there's a button to turn off voice prompts, and honestly, thank goodness for that. Battery life is decent too. The manufacturer lists up to 50 minutes, and in smart mode I reached it. I checked the loudness as well, and in smart mode it's around 72 dB, similar to the M3. In practice it's not so tiring, and you can even chat while cleaning. While cleaning, the M3 had an uneven roller, so you couldn't reach the edge on one side. Of course, it's fixed here surely, so there's no longer a problem with the thin belt not wiped along floorboards. As you can see throughout the film, the vacuum cleaner copes brilliantly, tackling both wet stains and dry ones in vac mode, and it even sucked up spilled oats with no real trouble. The hardest thing to clean remains soy sauce, but you know, something real and thick, not watered down, and see for yourselves. The results speak for themselves, just as when it draws in an egg. The finish: is the S7 Pro worth it, or should you go for the M3? In my view, there's no point in taking the M3. The S7 Pro has a brilliant charging station with a drying function, which I regard as essential in this kind of device, unless you like the smell of a stale mop. Easy cleaning via the drive and the option to lay flat, plus a better screen, make it a solid choice. I agree, the sieve for lasting dirt is odd, but at this price, with vouchers in the description, you probably won't find better. If you think it's not worth the extra and you prefer the M3, in the film's description you'll find a link to buy this vacuum.